नमस्कार। रसोई के रहस्य में फेस्टिवल्स ऑफ इंडिया के सेलिब्रेशन में आप सबका एक बार फिर से स्वागत है। We are celebrating Dussehra in different locations. We have already seen Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. We are traveling counterclockwise this time. And how can we not travel to the northeast?
रसोई के रहस्य आओ मिलकर खोले हम रसोई के रहस्य आओ मिलकर खोले हम
The most beautiful part of our country, and of course Assam. So as you know, Assam is a state of so much flora fauna, so much beauty and so much ancient history and culture. I have with me a guest who has been with us before. She is somebody who's been working tirelessly at reviving the beauty of Assamese cuisine, an author of many books, somebody who's known to be the legend of Assamese cuisine. So I'm not going to waste any more time, but welcome once again Jyoti Das to our show. Jyoti ji, namaskar. Welcome to Rasoi ke Rahasya. I should say welcome back.
Hello, Payalji. I'm really glad to hear your voice once again and honored and at the same time delighted to be at your podcast once again.
Let's not waste any time. I have many things to learn from you. Congratulations on your new book. I saw that you've written a new book. Would you like to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, actually, the book, it's my 17th cookbook. And its name is Jyoti's Food Talk.
Okay.
And this book reflects my journey as a daughter, as a child, as a daughter, as a mother, and bohu, and what not role I have played. It reflects my journey, my connection with our cuisine, our food, our heritage, everything. So it's basically food through my journey.
Wonderful.
Assamese cuisine. It's not only Assamese cuisine, other cuisines also.
Yes.
So that journey.
Wonderful. Sounds really interesting. Definitely find out how I can read more about this, but I can speak with you and learn everything. So I have that in mind.
Anytime, Payalji.
Now, Dussehra is, already underway, and we've already journeyed to 2 states in the south.
Yeah.
East has a very beautiful culture, and Dussehra is celebrated in a way there as well. So I begin with asking you more about how Dussehra is celebrated in Assam, and I leave the floor to you to tell us about it.
Thank you, Payalji. Actually, you call it Dussehra, but for us, it's Durga Puja and also Dussehra.
Yes.
It's autumn. With the onset of autumn, weather becomes cooler.
Right.
And it is the season for Dussehra. Mother Nature is at its best during this time, and it is also the harvest season for many like me who are fond of gardening, because I'm preparing my beds for plantation. And so it's a busy season for people like me or housewives like me. And in Dussehra or in this autumn, the grass and trees become wet with dew, which starts to fall in autumn. The night with the lovely smell of hawali fool. You call it harsingar, no? In Hindi, it calls harsingar.
Yes.
And in English, it's night jasmine or coral jasmine.
Yes.
The night is filled with the lovely smell of hawali fool and becomes magical. It draws me outside to enjoy the magical night air. With an excuse of evening walk, I walk by the side of night jasmine. I'm happy to share that my love for autumn atmosphere and harsingar has encouraged me to plant 40 trees in our locality.
Oh, beautiful.
It's all harsingar around me on the road or near the barn or in other places also. I have planted 40 harsingar, and I wait eagerly for the onset of autumn, for the blooming of this flower. As a child, I used to get up early and run barefoot with a bamboo basket. I'm talking with you and I'm talking with closed eyes because I can feel and see my childhood splendid morning sight with the flowers fallen on dew-soaked grass. glittering like diamond at the first ray of sunlight.
Beautiful.
While picking the flowers one by one, the cool touch of the flower and the grass, the cool air, and which its beautiful fragrance was a reminder that in my childhood also, and even now, that it's time for the Mother Durga arrival. So it's the season, that's the season.
You are tempting me. You are tempting me. I'm sitting here in a hot Hyderabad and you're giving me these beautiful descriptions. That's not fair, Jyoti.
Yeah, even now, today I was on my morning walk. I picked up a few flowers, not from the ground, but from the side of the leaves. And the smell of it once again reminded me of my childhood.
Yes.
Because biology, I live for today. And I look forward for tomorrow, but my childhood days, my past, my sweet past encourages me, but motivates me to go forward and look eagerly for each day. We don't know about future, what's going to happen tomorrow. We live in the present. I look forward for tomorrow also. I wish I could go to Shillong for the Sera. Shillong is my birthplace, and that's the once that was the capital of undivided Assam. The Assamese community of Shillong, once the capital of Assam, celebrated its first Durga Puja in the year 1922.
Wow.
And at the residence of Kamalakanta Borua of Bishnupur, Shillong. Some youths approached Kamalakanta Borua and she was so happy with their request. Without asking her husband, she gave them 50 rupees as puja, whatever you call it, donation. So in 100 years back, what was the value of 50 rupees?
I know.
It could run 2 households for a month, no?
Yes, that's a century old.
Whenever a century old. And we used to love hearing this story again and again when autumn was there, and we looked eagerly for that particular puja. First, it was celebrated at Kamalakanta Borua's residence, but later it was shifted to Namghar nearby, and we are regular visitor to that puja and other community puja when we were in Shillong. And this year it's the 100-year celebration of that puja. That puja still has its own charm, and some of my friends from Shillong who used to stay in Shillong and still they have connections or relatives in Shillong. They don't stay in Guwahati, but they rush to that puja. It's so homely and almost all are welcome.
Beautiful. But imagine a century-old, celebration that will be celebrated again this year. Oh, yeah. It will be such a beautiful thing to be.
And you have given me a chance to share my own memories of childhood.
We look forward to those memories. So tell us, how was it? What is the process of the puja? What happens during Durga Puja?
It's very simple. It starts on Shashti, Saptami, Astami, Navami. And the celebrations were always very simple and homely. And wherever we went in those days, any puja, there were many familiar faces. There were less people and everybody knew others. I mean, we had so many familiar faces when we roamed around in Shillong, but nowadays it is not so. The puja was also a time for new clothes. We were allowed to have new clothes only in Bihu, puja and birthdays.
Yes.
But the specialty of puja is, in those days, fashionable clothes were filled the market, puja market, with bright faces. Would go to the shopping with our parents or uncle or aunts. And I love to purchase small gifts like clips, ribbons, and kerchiefs.
Every little girl's delight.
With my pocket money, for my mother, maybe clips, for my cousins, kerchief, for my father, a fountain pen. Like that, it gave us such a joy, which we miss these days. So I'm thankful to you because you have given me this chance.
Please. And the joy of, using your own pocket money is so wonderful. It's like It's the biggest thing to do.
Yeah, and those mortons,
Yes.
orange morton. Do you have orange and tamarind mortons?
Of course.
And I also love to purchase them and share with my cousins. And the best part of the puja shopping was hot jalebis and singara in between marketing. In those days, we went to Police Bazaar for marketing puja shopping, and there is a Delhi Mistan Bhandar, sweet shop, Delhi Mistan Bhandar. It's still famous for its jalebi and singaras and other sweets.
One would want to eat jalebi. You get so tired of shopping that you have to eat jalebi.
Yeah, it will give us sugar rush the region, and if we behaved properly, our parents or elders gifted us special chocolates. And a sweet Cadbury chocolate was very rare in those days. It's very common nowadays, but in those days it was very rare. I hope you also did the same thing, and I feel that you are also remembering your childhood days and become nostalgic like me.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So the clothes used to be something specific, or it was just whatever was the fashion?
It was frocks, only frocks. And just we started churidar or skirt, blouse, something like that. And it was always colorful. And we were fond of ribbons, matching ribbons, clips.
Yes.
Those were small things, and those small things made us happy. And coming back to the present time, after my husband's retirement from Oil India Limited, we have settled at his ancestral place near Jupukuri of Ujan Bazar, Guwahati, which is in the heart of the city. There are 3 pujas near our home. The nearest one is only 200 steps away.
Oh, wonderful.
And this puja started in the year 1044 AD.
Oh, God, really?
1044 AD.
Wow.
And it was, in those days, Guwahati was known as Pragjyotispura, and Pragjyotispur was the capital of Kamrupa. And the present temple which I am talking about was built by Ahom King Sivasingha in the year 1729 AD.
What history, beautiful.
Almost 300 years. Inside the mandir, there's a small pit which is filled with water. And this pit full of water is considered as holy water and worshipped as goddess Ugratara. Tara is one of the form of Ma Durga. According to legend, a part of Sati's navel fell here. The best time is to visit the temple is during the puja, and to fill the water requirement for the temple, the Ahom King Sivasingha, he dug pond before construction of the temple, and that water body, that pond, was connected to the mighty Brahmaputra through mid-canal. And the Ahom royalties, when they came offer their prayers to the temple, they came from Brahmaputra, they entered the canal, and through the canal in small boat, they came directly to the mandir, Ugratara Mandir. But the British had built a road which has separated the original pond into 2. So nowadays, no boat. There is a road in place of that canal. And road has divided the pond into 2 parts. It has become 2 ponds, and the literal meaning of 2 ponds is Jurpukuri. So the pond adjacent to the temple is the home for more than century-old turtles, and there are hundreds of swans. The swan attracts many people, and the trees nearby are the nesting ground for cranes, then herons and eaglet and other birds. And many nature-loving people come in the morning. Mostly they come in the morning. Evening also they come, but mostly they come in the morning to feed. There are many pigeons also, pigeons with grains and turtles and the fish of the pond, because the pond is full of fish. You know, muri, chira, and bread and biscuit, and they feed the swans mostly with cabbage. Swans love cabbage. It's a beautiful sight in the morning, Payal. I can't express. I'm not good expressing my feeling with words. I can't express properly, but it's so unique. so beautiful.
Yes.
Even I'm not well, I'm dragged by that beautiful morning. If I go outside and go to near the pond to see the swans.
It's
And
almost
I
like
also
it's
do my
goddess Saraswati's vehicle is the swan. So can you imagine
yeah,
how you have a lot of blessings around there in the form of nature, in the form of flowers, in the form of these birds. I think it's so lovely.
I'll tell you, when I go for my mountain walk during autumns, people they pick up the flowers. I've told you earlier, no, and put it inside their pocket and go home and offer at the home puja.
So, but does the Durga Puja happen in this temple, or is the community celebration?
Yeah, I'll tell you, and I'll come to that. But and I also do my share by treating the birds or whatever is the swans or the fish. And a few swans regularly come to my home and patiently wait for me. I have to offer them biscuits. Sometimes I offer them biscuits and sometimes grass and sometimes my leafy vegetables if it's in the garden for them. And they wait for it.
They're your morning guests.
They are my regular guests. The best time to visit the temples is during the Sera. Devotees will come to this 970 years old temple for their puja, to offer their puja. Devotees resided here once in this area or locality. Even they are far off now in Guwahati, they make it a point to come to that puja during the Saptami or Ashtami day. Because Navami will be a Ras, so they come on Saptami or Ashtami. And I have seen our joint family members, children and grandchildren, make it a point to come to this puja. The peaceful and beautiful environment of the temple and its surrounding area gives all of whoever comes to this place positive vibes. The decoration of the temple is simple. There is belief that if the flower offered to Ma Ugrotara falls, it means that the wishes of the devotees are fulfilled. Whenever as a child I saw something fell down when I offered to Bhagavan, we call it, or to some goddess, if they fell down, we felt bad. But now I understand that they have listened to our prayers, so it's a positive sign. I want to add one more thing. Poita Bhat is not offered in Ugratra Mandir as there is no Devi Murti there, no idol is there. So it is not offered in Ugratra Mandir. There is no Visarjan of the puja of Ugratra Mandir as there is no idol.
I didn't know that there's no idol. I thought there was an idol. So the Visarjan only happens
no idol form of Durga Puja. But they have kept an idol there and we don't know the history of the idol. I have asked the Mandir Pujaris, they don't know they have an idol.
Wow.
Small idol, it kept outside. But no Durga Puja, Durga Ma idol during Puja.
Right. Okay. So I understand. That's why, since you don't keep a Durga Ma idol over there, there's no Visarjan that happens over there. Wonderful. This is like really unique because...
And I have mentioned, I don't think I have mentioned, there are 3 pujas nearby. So our friends and relatives, when they come for puja, they drop at our place to give social visit. Now this social visit has become very rare. People don't have time. Traveling takes time. There is rush everywhere.
Yeah.
So it takes time, but during puja we have many guests, and so I have to be ready for my puja guests.
You do a lot of cooking, or is it a community thing only?
Sometimes I have to do, but I'm ready to offer a cup of tea with some snacks, and if they have time, I be prepared and serve them coral jasmine pakoras.
Right.
Harching pakoras. Or I make pancakes of it, and the flavor of the flour gives it a different taste. It's very tasty. I don't give much because if I add much, it will become bitter. But I give the right proportion. So there is a different flavor. Once I served great Assamese singer, whatever you say, Dr. Briendranath Datta, Assamese pancake it's normally made of rice flour. I told him that today I have prepared coil jasmine pancake. He asked me, Khewali Phul or Pani Pitha Khai ne? Khewali Phul means pearl jasmine. And Pani Pitha means our pancake.
Correct.
Do you eat pancake of curl flower? I told him, no, I don't know, but
I have no idea.
So in this time, we use plenty of pearl jasmine. We love to add the fresh one in our cooking. Means in the snacks like pakora, chop, or something like that. It gives a different taste. But we dry it and store it for a year for its medicinal value.
Oh,
it has many medicinal value. Yeah, it's good for your stomach. It's good for irritation, pimples, stomach upset, or skin problems. It's very good. So it's a medicine. So we use it in our cooking also. We make dal with dry khewali phul or fresh khewali phul, or we make heart of it with a fish head.
Wonderful.
So khewali phul is very much part of our ethnic Assamese cuisine.
Flowers seem to be a very important part of the puja in every region. I'm seeing different flowers, but it's very important in this celebration for Ma.
They say Goddess Durga loves that khewali phul and jaba phul. What do you call it? Jaba phul, you know, red flower.
Jaba is the red one. Hibiscus.
Yes. See, I forgot the English name.
That's okay. It's lucky that I live with a lot of people from Bengal here, so I know Jaba.
It's Ma Durga's favorite flower.
Yes, they put it for Ma, I think, isn't it? Kali Puja and things like that. They put the Jaba.
Yeah. Now, sweet and Durga Puja makes an emotional bonding.
Yes. Absolutely.
Sweet connects our every festival.
Yes.
The surrounding area puja stalls, they are full with sweet stalls, mostly sweet stalls, and they're savory also. I can't think of enjoying puja celebration without my teeth sinking into the hot jalebi. Hot and juicy jalebi. If I can, I have it with morning cup of tea and evening cup of tea. I'm so fond of jalebi, especially during this time. So you can understand jalebi is my favorite sweet.
I can see that.
And also I love goja. Sweets like goja, rasgulla, jalebi, sandesh, etc. They connect us to our childhood puja celebration.
Amazing. Okay.
In those days, the list of sweet was not much. The list was very short. So those were the common sweet, laru, then jalebi, rasgulla, sandesh, khurma. You know khurma?
No, I don't know. What is that?
Khurma is actually, it's made of maida and it's deep fried but half fried. And then there is given a coat of sugar syrup and it makes them sweet. And during puja, khichdi, which is the humble broth of rice and dal and maybe some vegetables, is offered to Ma Durga and served as prasad to devotees. As a side dish here in Assam, a labra bhaji, a mixed sabji, labra bhaji and tomato ambal is served, and we end it with payas. That's one of the attractions of puja khichdi. It's also a tradition of serving Poita Bhat. You know about Poita Bhat?
Yep.
To Ma Durga. We traditionally start Poita Bhat on Assamese New Year Bohag, on the first Bohag, as it marks the start of the new year, and from that day the weather becomes warmer. Before the departure of Ma Durga on the Homi, she is offered Poita Bhat. During puja, bhog, which is known as khichdi bhog, which is the humble broth of rice, lentil and some vegetables, is offered to Ma Durga and served as prasad to devotees. And aside this, a mixed bhaji made of pumpkin, potato, cabbage, carrot brinjal, etc. And that's the bhaji made of, labra bhaji we call it. And a tomato, that is tomato umbal, sweet and sour umbal. And it is served sometimes bangan fry or papad fry also is given. And we round up with payasa made of rice and milk. Because
The
three types of payasa, rice and milk. And it is very simple, but it's become so delicious because we eat it with community people, we eat it with our friends. So where we eat, it makes us happy and more tasty.
Good, or is it sugar, Jyoti ji?
Normally here it's with sugar.
Okay. Anything eaten with community, with friends becomes tasty. Prasad becomes even more tasty.
Yeah.
Hope must be really.
Yeah. And we always look forward to it for such community dinner or lunch. And there is also a tradition of serving Poita Bhat to Ma Durga. We traditionally start taking Poita Bhat on Assamese New Year Day, 1st Bohag. It falls on 15th April, and as from Bohag, the days starts to get warmer.
Right.
And before the departure of Ma Durga on the Homi, she is offered Poita Bhat. There is a belief that Ma Durga is in a hurry to return to her home Kailas. So there is no time to cook. The night before, cooked rice is soaked in water and the soaked rice is fermented next morning, and this fermented rice is offered to Ma Durga. Let me tell you something about the fermented rice, which we call Poita. I think this will be my recipe. I won't take any other recipe or recipe or sweet or something else. I'll tell you how we enjoy our Poita. The rice, if it is soaked overnight, it is fermented. The fermentation should be from 3 hours to 12 hours. After that, it may become sour. So that fermented rice is very healthy and keeps the body cool. We Assamese enjoy Poita Bhat with roasted and mashed fish. Roasted and mashed fish, pitika, we call it pitika. And mashed potato, mashed brinjal, mashed tomato, everything is roasted and made pitika, that is mashed. And for this we add salt and garnish it with coriander leaves, green chili, etc. One of my favorite breakfasts is Poita Bhat, and it keeps my body cool and keeps me fit. Some say that you become lazy, you become sleepy after eating Poita Bhat. It is so. If you sit, it will make you idle and sleepy. But it makes me active. I don't know why. Because I feel light and I love to walk. At the same time, I know that it is doing wonder to my body. My stomach will not get upset whatever I eat. So I enjoy it like that. I will share my recipe of Poita Bhat with you.
Please do that.
I take 2 tablespoons of rice in a bowl and I soak it with half cup of water. And what I do in the morning, I roast a potato and a tomato, sometimes not always tomato, but I roast potato and egg and mash it and mix it to that rice, bowl of rice, and add salt and coriander and mustard oil. I garnish it with mustard oil, and sometimes I add some bamboo shoot pickle also for taste.
It's cooked rice, correct? It's 2 tablespoons of cooked rice.
Cooked rice, yes, 2 tablespoons of cooked rice soaked overnight with half cup of water. And in the morning, I add roasted and mashed potato, brinjal, sometimes there is leftover chicken. I just grill it and take it as a side dish.
When you say roast potato and brinjal, how do you roast it, Jyoti?
Actually, what I do, I roast it in I take small potatoes and roast it in microwave, or it will do well in microwave. And to get that smoky flavor, I just keep it upon fire, gas fire for a minute. And that smoke comes, smoky flavors come. You can roast it in the oven also.
Interesting, it sounds.
So you try this recipe at home. It won't be easy. It will be very easy and delicious. If you like it, you can just send me a message.
Yes, definitely, most certainly. And it's so simple. I think and it makes sense also. After all the heavy eating that one does during the 5 days of the puja, everyone's eating all sorts of things, then it's only fitting that the last day you keep it light and you keep it healthy. I think the puja is almost similar everywhere, but these little aspects that you've shared with us are so wonderful and so unique, especially the night jasmine and the references to flowers. So beautiful. And like you said, you use flowers in the cooking, which is again very rare. You don't get to hear that so much, so many in most of our regions, I think. So this has been a very, very interesting conversation, Jyoti ji. I will wait for you to share your recipe of the Durga Bhat with us. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Durga Puja, Jyoti ji. Thank you so much for taking this time and spending it with us and taking us through your childhood memories and your celebrations. I wish you, your family and all of you a very, very blessed puja, and I hope that we'll all invoke blessings of Ma Durga and have a very, very blessed year.
Same to you, Payalji. I wish you and your family a very happy Durga Puja, and I wish you all a healthy life ahead of you, and I wish we'll meet soon.
Yes, we will. Thank you so much. ये आसाम की दुर्गा पूजा का हमने अभी मजा उठाया. इतनी खूबसूरत बातें, इतनी मतलब छोटी छोटी बड़ी बड़ी बातें एंड सो मेनी मेमोरीज. अभी आगे और भी है. सुनते रहिए और जुड़े रहिए हमारे साथ रसोई के रहस्य पर. नमस्कार.